What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for another video. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about purchasing a dog that's already trained, purchasing a dog in general. This video is for you, Jason Sears. This is from one of your comments. I really appreciate you coming in, commenting, subscribing, doing the whole thing. Before we jump into the video, we're going to go and give some shout outs. I'm going to shout out to Robert White, Lauren, Darren Skirvin, Muddy Mallard Retrievers, Marion Cabaretti, sorry if I said that wrong, DM, and Gail Nobles. So I really do appreciate you guys coming in, liking, and subscribing. And if you guys are just getting here, you want to get shouted out on the channel, man, just hit that like and hit that subscribe button. I try to do some every video. I can't get everybody and I can't see everybody, but I do my best. With that being said, guys, I kind of wanted to float this idea to you since we're kind of growing here. Building some steam with the channel, which I'm really thankful for. I couldn't be more happy with the turnout and everybody tuning in and stuff. Video submissions. If you guys want to start sending in videos to have featured on the channel, and if we get enough people that are behind this idea, and I get enough video submissions rolling, what I'll do is if I get enough participants, man, I'll get it set up and I'll feature some of your guys' videos, some clips of your guys' dogs and stuff on the channel. And if you want me to start doing that, just drop a comment down below and just say that you will partake. And then gauged on that, I will have it set up. Maybe it'll take a while to get enough people to actually make it worthwhile to do, but we're going to try to shoot for that. That's kind of the idea. So let's jump right into the video, man. First things first, we're going to need information of ourselves, okay? What kind of dog are we looking for? What caliber dog are we looking for? How much are we going to spend on a dog? What are we looking for that amount of money? We're also going to need to know how much hunt time that we're going to have to actually put into this dog, and we're going to need to know, just all around what is our goal for this dog. Are we buying this dog to pleasure hunt it, to meat hunt it, to comp hunt it? So this is all means different things for different stuff, right? So we need to do our due diligence, and this is what this whole video is basically going to preach, is due diligence, because the next thing that we're going to look at is we're going to need proof, okay? So we're going to need proof of what the dog's doing, whether it's photos, videos, statements from people. Maybe somebody we know has hunted with this dog and we've taken their word on it too. And maybe we ask them directly, what does this dog all do? How long do you hunt this dog? How many trees does this dog usually run? How often do you hunt this dog? And maybe they give you all these answers, and we're going to see if that reflects in the dog. So a lot of people will just say, go straight to show it in the woods, show it in the woods, show it in the woods. Well, we're going to prevent ourselves from wasting our own time and wasting this other guy's time. For one, if we're looking for a dog that has paperwork, okay, so this part doesn't apply to you guys, and I'm not knocking anybody that runs a dog without papers. But the number one way people will rip you off is, oh, the papers are in the mail. Oh, I lost the papers. Oh, the papers are at a buddy's house. Oh, the previous owner has the papers. You have to contact them. If we're looking for a paper dog, do not stand for any of the runaround. Number one, if you're selling a dog, have your papers in line. If you don't have papers in line, sell it as unpapered. A lot of people say that they have papers just to get a better price out of the dog, and it really just doesn't have paperwork, and then you're just ripped off for your money for a dog with no papers. So proof, 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 and make sure they have papers. I want papers. I want pictures of papers. I want to see papers physically. I want reassurance that you're going to have papers when I show up to see the dog in the woods. Okay, so another thing too, if we're expecting a dog to be going, right? Now, if you have received enough amount of proof that you are certain that this dog does exactly what it's supposed to be doing, still go show it in the woods. Still go show it in the woods. A lot of dogs will seem really good on video proof and evidence, stuff like that, but maybe they hunt a little bit different, or maybe they take a really long time to warm up. Maybe it's a few dumps in. You just never know. So what we're really going to do is we're going to show the dog in the woods, and when we get there, we're going to let this guy, maybe we can pick the package of woods, but this guy runs the hunt. Let him dump it, recut it, do whatever he wants to do, and hunt that dog the way that he wants to hunt it. That way you can get a really good idea of what to expect out of this dog and how different are you from him on how he hunts. Because if he's totally different than you when you hunt, then this dog is going to be totally different for you when you hunt it versus when he hunts it. So we have to make sure that we understand that transitioning owners does affect the dog's behavior. The way that people hunt dogs versus the way that this person hunt dogs does affect dog's behavior. So we need to make sure that we're kind of alike in that situation to make the best and get the best bang for our buck. If we're hunting the dog the same way that he's hunting the dog, we're going to have the best results. So with that being said, when we're showing in the woods, things that we're going to want to address while we're in the woods. Number one, a lot of people say, "Oh, he's don't have an ill bone in his body." Okay, oh, you don't have it. Okay, well, I want you to pet him on the tree. I want to see him with another dog. I want to verify what you're telling me is true. He's not hard to catch. He's not hard to catch. I can leash him right up, no problem. Okay, well, I want to see you leash that dog up, no issues. I want to see you tone that dog back. If they say this tone broke, I want to see you tone him back. I want to hunt this dog the way that you hunt it, but I also want to verify all the information before I spend my money. And then, so this is another point here is money, 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 price, price, price. Does the amount of money that they are asking for the dog equate, right? Can you draw a line from the money to that dog and see a fair price? Because another thing that happens a lot is people will talk you up and then they'll get them in the woods. The dog does good for one tree and you're sold and they say, give me whatever the amount of money is for this dog, and you can just fork it right over and you don't do any due diligence and don't actually do what you're supposed to be doing when you're showing in the woods. Take that dog home and you go dump it and maybe it does squat. Maybe it just had a shining moment and you paid about a bunch of money out of pocket for it. And so price, price, price. Make sure the price makes sense. And another thing about price is we have to understand that if we're running around with $100 looking for a dog, we're going to get a $100 dog. If we're running around with $500, we're going to get a $500 dog. And the price of coonhounds and the price that people put on dogs vary from person to person. What one guy thinks is $1,000 dog, another guy thinks is a $2,500 dog. You know, it's just kind of like we have to sift through that. So check out multiple dogs. Check out multiple price dogs. Get a good idea of what you're actually purchasing and give yourself some options so you don't feel like you're locked in to pay this big bunch of money for a dog that you want. So there's always options. And if we're okay with the dog having issues, okay with the dog not being completely put together, then we don't have to be so strict and so stringent on showing in the woods and all this proof and all this stuff. It's just kind of like you get what you pay for and you get out of what you paid for how much you put into it. So if we're taking this certain amount of money buying this dog and we didn't do anything to make sure that we got our money's worth, then when we get home and we don't have our money's worth, that's our fault. But one thing that's real sad in the coonhound world is the liars. There's a lot of people who lie about their dogs. There's a lot of people that talk their dogs up and sell them for big money, and really they're not worth anything. There's a lot of ripping off, and that's a super sad, man. That's a super sad fact, but it's just the reality. And I'm not saying every single person is. There's a lot of honest people that sell a lot of honest dogs at an honest price. And shout out to you guys if you're some of them guys. But let's just protect ourselves, protect our pockets, and protect our ideals here, because we need to make sure that we're doing our due diligence, that we're purchasing the dog that we actually want, and we're purchasing a dog that's going to hunt the way that we want it, and I'm purchasing a dog that we're not going to do any injustices by buying a caliber hound that we're not going to hunt up to that level. So them are my big tips on purchasing a dog, and this would kind of be the process of purchasing a trained dog. I myself prefer to train. I prefer to train dogs. I myself, I have never purchased one single dog that was trained. I have gotten secondhand dogs that were supposed to be going. I have gotten hounds given to me. I have purchased puppies and started puppies. I myself have never went out and actually purchased a dog for myself. I have went with multiple buddies to see dogs in the woods before they bought dogs. So I have been through this process, but I just want to put that to you guys. I'm never myself have never purchased a dog that was already going and already fully trained. But doesn't mean I don't have the information. And that's another thing here too, man. I'm not here to sweat anybody. I'm not here to look down on anybody. I'm not here to knock the way that anybody else does things. There's 100 ways to skin a cat, man, and I'm not knocking a single one of them. I'm just giving you the information that I have. And I think that we all have a good idea of how things are supposed to go and how things are supposed to turn out at the end. And there's certain processes that are steadfast in the community. Well, not so much of unlocking this in the dog to get to that stage. And that's kind of where I'm going to sit at and keep my videos and trying to keep them right in that area. But with that being said, thanks for coming in. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Get you shouted out. And with that being said, guys, hope you guys have good luck buying that dog and keep them treated.